we proudly present the national anthem of the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Please remain standing as we honor the Philippines with the national anthem of the Philippines.
Bayang nag-ibig, halos ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinilang, tuyang ka nang magiting, sa maglulukig, di ka pa sisiil sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilag ang tuwa at awit na pagnayang minamahal, ang kisap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdinigdig, ang bituin at araw na kalan, pag magdidilim, lupang ng araw ng waghati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya na pagbay mag-api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Philippines.
Thank you so much to Sophie J singing the national anthem for the Philippines and Terry Williams for the national anthem. Thank you, everybody.
As we get ready for first pitch, just a reminder, by order of the city of Los Angeles and the Northridge area, there is no smoking. No smoking on the field and the stands of the surrounding areas. For the health, courtesy, and safety of all, no smoking. We certainly hope throughout the game you'll take care of any trash, use the waste receptacles provided to help keep Robert J. Heger Field safe and clean. A wonderful time to go around behind the first base dugout and check out the coldest drinks in town, the apparel tent, and get those raffle tickets. There's going to be some winners. Good time to get them right now. A chance for fame and fortune. It's time
Welcome one and all to the final game of the 2026 edition of the Filipino World Series. My name's Henry Harris and I'm joined by Nathaniel Thomas for this, the championship game between Team Hawaii and Team All States. What a game it is. It's the first time in Philippine baseball history that we have a championship game between teams other than California representatives. It's a great sign for the growth of the program.
Yeah, it's certainly a great performance from the teams. Both of them are very deserving. All states dominated their way in here, and Team Hawaii themselves a force to be reckoned with. They have a powerful, potent offense. So this is going to be a great championship game. Lots of fireworks, lots of stellar defense as well, and we couldn't be more excited to be here at the 2026 Filipino World Series.
First pitch coming in at 6:22 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be a strike from the starting pitcher for Team All States. Xavier Aguila on the bump for Team All States. Ball outside. The count will run to 2-1. To the first batter for Team Hawaii, Ryder Dans. He had himself a great game in the semifinal game 2 against Team NorCal, unseating the defending champions. That ball poked into foul down the left line.
Yeah, Ryder Dan's doing a lot of work. The starting pitcher in the game where they won the semifinals to place themselves here, and he batted leadoff in that game as well. So back-to-back leadoff appearances, and this is an outstanding two-way player.
As many of these Philippine baseball players are, lots of utility players around the field coming in. That wild pitch going to bounce off of the catcher Nepomuceno's leg pad. The count will run full 3-2. Dan's awaiting the offering from Aguila. That pitch is going to be outside, and Team Hawaii's got a base runner.
Yeah, it's always good to get your leadoff man aboard. Ryder Dan's doing his job, getting a leadoff walk, and that's going to set the table.
And it'll bring up Colby Sargent, number 8, for Team Hawaii. Let's take a look at the defense for Team All States. On the bump, Aguila. Behind the dish, Nepomuceno. Aiden Jaime at shortstop. Third baseman, Del Fierro. Oliver Simpson at second and Aiden Espejo at first. And from left to right in the outfield, Sandman, Sonoy, and Tolentino. 1-0 count to Sargent. The ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Aguila had himself a game to unseat the defending champions Northern California just hours ago, and it was a long one, Nathan.
Yeah, for 3 hours.
Pushed our start back for this championship game by 15 minutes, just to allow for some rest for all parties involved, including the players. We're here at beautiful CSUN Matador Stadium, Robert J. Haggard Field. Gracious hosts for this final day of the 2026 Filipino World Series. Aguila in a bit of a hole to Sargent, 3-1 count. He picks back to first. The diving Dans is safe. The 3-1 pitch swung on and put into the gap between left and center field. It's at one hop on the wall, and it'll be a ground rule double for Colby Sargent.
Yeah, Colby Sargent just got all of that pitch. He didn't waste an opportunity to get something and turn on something in the zone, and he pulls it into that left center gap on his pull side, his power side, and now the table's set for the heart of the lineup.
That's right, the 3-hole hitter, Caden Grado. He'll have Dans at third and Sargent at second.
In left field, number 20, Caden Grado.
2 Cadens on this team, Caden Grado followed by Caden Nichols.
The pitch from Aguila. It's popped. The center fielder camps under it. Third runner at third tags, and it will be in for the first run of this game. Hawaii out to an early lead here in the top of the first.
Yeah, first blood drawn by Hawaii, and that wasn't really a deep fly ball at all. It was more medium center field, but the speed of Dan's from third wasn't enough for the arm of the center fielder, and that's how you manufacture a run. A leadoff single comes around, a leadoff walk rather, comes around to haunt.
It'll go down as a sac fly for the previous batter for Team Hawaii. Colton Sargent up to bat now, the center fielder. His brother was at left field. The 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. Counts even 1-1. Yeah, long day for this Team Hawaii. After just about 30 minutes of rest, they're right back out there on this hot Hygert field. That's to be expected when you're in the second semifinal game. I'm sure the coaches prepare for this and the way they manage load. Ball put right between the 5-4 gap for a base hit. Runners on the corners for Team Hawaii.
Yeah, quickly a pair of snake eyes. Colton Sargent moving the train along, and they still have a threat going on with only one out.
It'll bring up the first baseman for Team Hawaii, Caden Nichols. Sorry, the catcher. Number 18, Caden Nichols. Standing in the right-handed batter's box. Runners on the corners. He pops this one foul over the backstop here at Matador Stadium. Lovely setting for this championship game. Can see in the distance the soccer team warming up. I think that's the men's team. We had the women's team here earlier practicing during the semifinal game 1 between All States and Team SoCal. Ended 11-0 for Team All States, as you can tell. The 1-1 pitch from Aguila. Another called strike. Counts 1-2 for Nichols. Hoping to bring more insurance runs in for Team Hawaii. Puts this one in the air. The right fielder and the second baseman crash. It's the first baseman who will come up with it. And the double play at first catches the runner sleeping. What an exciting top of the first for Team Hawaii. They get 1 run. We'll be back for the bottom half of this inning. Welcome back. Bottom half of the first coming up for you here. Team All-States at the plate. We'll start with Sean Sonoy, the center fielder. Behind him on deck, Ethan Nepomuceno. And then the pitcher, Xavier Aguila, in the 3 spot. On the mound for Team Hawaii today, it's Frank Urias, and behind the dish, catching for him, Caden Nichols. Rest of that defense coming to you after this. The first pitch swung on, put between left and center field. It'll drop fair for a stand-up double.
Yeah, it looks like that might have been lost in the sun. I'm not too sure. That was definitely within reach, but if you look at those shadows, that ball was right in the sun. So tough play for the left fielder Grotto, and all of a sudden a stand-up double to lead things off. Immediately, Team All-State's threatening, I think, 1 pitch into the game.
Well, it's no surprise there, as the All-State bats have been hot all Filipino World Series long. Let's look at their stat line. They put 16 on Los Angeles, 16 on Hawaii, and then 21 on Team Midwest. So yeah, this team can hit, Nathan. First pitch coming in for the second batter, Ethan Nepomuceno. Low in the zone for a ball. Sonoy over on second. The 1-0 pitch driven to right field, drops in front of the right fielder fair. The runner tags and advances to third. There's runners on the corner for All States in 2 pitches.
Yeah, I mean, that is just amazing aggressiveness. They're ambushing immediately. They know that the pitcher, Urias, wants to pound the zone and throw strikes, and they're ready to meet fire with fire. They're swinging away.
You love to see it. Henry Harrison, Nathaniel Thomas, we're here at Matador Stadium at the lovely California State University, Northridge. One of the most beautiful baseball fields I've seen. What do you think, Nathan?
I mean, this is easily a field of dreams if I've ever seen one.
Wild pitch from the Hawaii pitcher will score one for Team All States, and the ball game is tied 1-1.
Yeah, a wild pitch to let the first run in, and that is not a strong start. And you cannot let those types of mistakes happen against a team like All States. This is dangerous territory now.
First baseman and shortstop for Team Hawaii checking on their pitcher, Colby Sargent and Devin Dombriguez. Checking, making sure he's okay and ready to go. We'll do it at 1-0. Xavier Aguila. A little low there for ball 2.
So now is dangerous territory. Urias doesn't want to start nibbling at the zone, because after the momentum like this, the last thing you want to do is give away a free base. Let them keep hitting you. Let your defense work. Keep pounding the zone. Don't change your game plan.
He'll try to pound the zone with the next pitch, as the 2-0 offering is outside for a ball. Urias checks second. The kick and the pitch. It's going to be in there for a called strike.
There you go. Urias finding his groove. He needs more of those. And to not get rattled by this early onset of offense.
From Team All States. And in this pitcher-on-pitcher matchup, definitely want to come out on top. If not for the sake of the game, at least for bragging rights. But on this one, Aguila will come out on top with a walk and a free 90. All States has 1 run and a tie ball game with runners on first and second.
Now you have 2 runners on with the cleanup batsman. And maybe not the worst walk to be surrendering. It does put the force on either base for the infield.
Hopefully setting up possible double play scenario for Team Hawaii. No outs now. They need one. That elusive first out ball over the head of Tolentino, the right fielder, in the right-handed batter's box for Team All States.
This is where the game gets really mental. As you said, Henry, with the elusive first out, a lot of the elusivity of that is mental mistakes. So they have to stay sharp.
The 1-0 pitch bounce in front of the plate for another ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Tolentino in his first at bat of the day. On deck, Aiden Jaime, the shortstop. Urias checks second, and the 2-0 offering is going to be low and away for another ball. So the last couple of batters, this game started to get away from Urias, but see what he has. 3-0 pitch, good frame attempt from the catcher, but it's not going to be there. It's another free 90, and the bases are loaded for Team All-States.
And there we go, at nibbling at the corners, back-to-back walks, loads them up. That is not the situation you want to be in. You want to set the tone early, but that they are still chasing that elusive first out as well.
Every base. Batting fifth at shortstop, number 10, Aiden Hyman.
Nathaniel Thomas is going to show you the defensive alignment for Team Hawaii. First pitch to Jaime is another strike.
Well, the battery's going to be Urias and Nicolas at pitcher and catcher. And then first and seconds, Devin and Dom. Third and short is going to be Renata and Colby. And left to right is Grado, Colton, and Dans.
The 0-1 offering guts away, and it's behind Jaime, so the count will run even at 1 apiece. Yeah, you talk about setting the tone, Nathan, and Team Hawaii came out early with that 1-run lead, but right away, Aiden Jaime changes that with a ball that was rising towards the center fielder, comes up with the grab. There's 1 away for Team Hawaii.
And that was a great defensive display from Colton over there in center field for Team Hawaii. That can be really hard to judge, those low line drives, but he stayed with it, fought the sun, and they found their first out. It's more of an L8.
Brody Sandman, the new batter in the left-handed box for Team All-States. Took a ball for his first pitch. The 1-0 is going to be in there for a strike. Urias starting to get into a bit of a rhythm. His defense behind him probably breathing some life into his game. It's definitely hard when Team Hawaii had a couple of long innings there to end that game on the offensive side of the ball. 1-1 pitch. Low for a ball.
Yeah, he
2-1.
definitely did the courageous thing there. Even though he gave up back-to-back walks, he laid it in the zone. He let them hit it, and he let his defense work. That's why he got the first out. Pound the zone.
Keys to the game from Nathaniel Thomas. The 2-1 pitch catches the outside corner, and the count will be even at 2 apiece.
See, now he's gaining a little bit of confidence. He has the ability to establish that outside corner. Let's see if he can maintain this composure. Bases loaded, as tense as it gets here in the bottom of the first.
The pitch almost hits Sandman. Kind of turns away from it. And the count will be full, just as the bases are, for Team All-States, threatening to crack this one wide open. And it's a 6-pitch walk to Sandman. It'll send a run home as well for Team All-States, and they have their first lead of the ball game at 2.
Yeah, no, that was a great at-bat from Brody Sandman. He stayed patient, and he knew that the pitch had to come to him, and if it was outside of the zone, he did his job, got his free base, knocked in a run. That's an RBI.
First pitch to the new batter for Team All-States, Oliver Simpson, the second baseman, inside for a ball.
3 walks in this inning. And still plenty of opportunity to do damage for All States.
The 1-0 pitch from Urias. Great frame job from the catcher for Team Hawaii to even the count at 1-1. 1 out. Plays at any base. Team Hawaii continues to stay composed. This game's still in their control. The ball gets away from the catcher and one will come across. Wild pitch will be awarded to Urias if you're keeping score at home.
And that is brutal. You have 2 wild pitches to give up the first and third run of the game and 3 walks in the same inning. They need to put this fire out immediately. Runners still in scoring position now, second and third.
To 1 pitch to Simpson. Stopped and kept in front of the plate, but still ekes away from the catcher, Nichols. The runners all stay, though. That's a 3-1 count to Simpson. The kick and the pitch. And all of a sudden, the bases are loaded once more for Team All-States. We said it earlier, but this game certainly a tough situation to be in right after finishing a 3-hour plus ball game for Team Hawaii.
Yeah, that's why having the home field advantage is going to play a factor here. You know, All States is the home team, and they got the rest in the last game. Hawaii was the team fighting for that second place spot, and they are showing some signs of fatigue, just coming off of a 3-game marathon only a few moments ago.
First pitch to the third baseman, Del Fierro, was a called strike. The 1-0 coming in inside for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1-1 pitch. Misses low for a 2-1 count to Del Fierro.
Yeah, the infield's playing straight away. The corners are playing about even with the bag. The first baseman more shallow than the third baseman.
Del Fierro puts this one on the ground. The third baseman sends it home for the first and second out. Sorry, the second out was at home, fielded by the third baseman. His throw over to first, not in time. So Del Fierro is going to be safe at first. Great heads-up play by the third baseman for Team Hawaii, Renata.
Yeah, it's going to be Tolentino who comes in to score the 4th run of the game. Sandman moves over to third. Simpson on first, and reaching on that fielder's choice was Del Fierro. So bases remain loaded.
The 9-spot hitter for Team All-States, Aiden Espejo. He's over at first base today for Coach Murphy's team. Representatives of these contiguous states playing our brethren from the islands, Team Hawaii.
Yeah, the island versus the mainland. This is going to be a very fun competition, especially if Hawaii can figure out their pitching. They have an offense that can go toe-to-toe with All States offense. But if the pitching can keep it close, then it's going to be an exciting matchup.
Aiden Espejo's second pitch is going to go foul to the right side. Evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, Hawaii had an exciting road here to the finals. More on that after the 1-1 from Urias. Misses high for a ball. So Hawaii beat the Midwest team 8-7. Then lost to Team All-States on Wednesday, 16-2. They played Friday against Los Angeles as the 2-1 pitch comes in way off the plate for a 3-1 count to Espejo.
Yeah, so it's going to be Sandman at third, Simpson on second, Del Fierro at first, and Espejo trying to keep this inning alive despite having 2 outs. He's got a batter's count right now, 3-1.
The 3-1 pitch, as Espejo looks to take his free 90, is going to be called a strike. He'll walk gingerly back to the right-handed batter's box with a 3-2 count. Bases still loaded and 2 away. The 3-2 pitch from Urias misses low, and once more another free 90 awarded and another run comes across. The score now 4-1. Team Allstates currently in the lead of this championship game of the 2026 Filipino World Series.
I mean, you have to attack the zone there. You know, he knows it's 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. You know, they're going to be swinging away. Let your defense work. Give them a chance. There's no defense against a walk.
Back to the top of the order for Team Allstates. Sean Sonoy, the center fielder, 1 for 1 today. Pops this one foul, way foul over the press box here at Matador Stadium. One count to the leadoff man for Team Allstates.
Yeah, this defense can breathe a little easy now. 2 outs, despite the bases still being loaded. They can go to any base they need to if it's on the ground. So Urias needs to keep this low and try to induce some sort of weak contact.
The 2-1 pitch misses inside for another ball.
And there he goes again, trying to nibble at the edges. He just needs to challenge these hitters and throw it down the heart of the plate.
Let his defense do the work for him. Get him out of this inning. 3-1 pitch. Another walk for Urias.
And here comes a
Scores
meeting on the
5-1, and we have a meeting at the mound. Coach Yamashita for Team Hawaii gonna have a word with his infield and his pitcher, and that'll be it for Urias. His day is over. We're gonna have a pitching change for you when we come back. On the mound for Team Hawaii, going to be number 2, Pinson. First pitch, going to miss for a ball to Ethan Nepomuceno, the catcher for Team All States. In this long inning, bottom half of the first, it's a 1-5 ball game. 1-0 pitch, gonna miss low inside for another ball.
And in at second base, that's jersey number 1, Braden Hirabara Yagin.
The 2-0 pitch finds the outside corner of the plate. Counts 2-1. Bases still loaded for Team All States.
It's good to see Pinson, though, coming in quickly, establishing the zone.
2-1 pitch put on the ground. Second baseman Braden, the defensive replacement, will throw it to the shortstop Colby for the third out to end the bleeding for Team Hawaii. They'll have their bats in their hands when we come back for the second inning. Welcome back to California State University Northridge's beautiful Matador Stadium, Robert J. Haggard Field, the host of this championship game on the last day of the 2026 Filipino World Series. Balls are coming down from the defense for Team All States. Xavier Aguila still on the mound for Team All States. He's allowed 1 run on 2 hits, but it's a 5-1 ball game in his team's favor.
Yeah, Aguila gets to start the second inning with a comfortable position. He's got a 4-run lead to play with, so now he himself can attack the zone confidently, limit the walks, and see what his defense can do for him with especially this 4-run cushion.
0-1 pitch. Low and away. Runs the count even 1-1. Aguila, born in 2008, he's from Columbus, Ohio. His dream university are the Ohio State University Buckeyes. His family hails from Manila in the Philippines, and his favorite Filipino food is adobo, chicken or pork. He didn't distinguish. 0-2 pitch in there. And see you later for the leadoff batsman for Team Hawaii.
Way to set the tone there from Aguila. Leadoff strikeout, getting that first up, first down. And you can tell the momentum's with All States right now.
That was Dombriguez that went down looking. Cues up Dominic Pinson. Started this game at second base. He's now pitching for Team Hawaii. First pitch in there for a called strike to Pinson.
That's such a crisp fastball right on the outside edge.
Love that pop in the catcher's mitt. Behind the dish for Team All-State's Nepomuceno. Sun setting here in Northridge, California. It's been a lovely day and a lovely week for Philippines baseball's 2026 Filipino World Series. Nathaniel Thomas flying in today from San Francisco, and that second strike flying in from Xavier Aguila, the Eagle on the mound for Team All-States.
Yeah, and just like that strike, I flew in eagerly, and this is such a highly anticipated time of the year.
1-2 pitch is going to be popped over the head of the third baseman for Team All-States for a single, and another hit awarded to Team All-States, to Team Hawaii, as they try to claw their way back from this 4-run deficit.
Yeah, a little one out knock. That's the good piece of hitting from Dominic Pinson. He turned on it and just shot a little flare line drive in the left center field. And just like that, they got something going.
The third baseman, Jaren Renata, comes up to the plate for Team Hawaii with Pinson over there on first. Nepomuceno faking the back pick. Swing and a miss there will run the count even 1-1. Renata had that good play over at third last inning for that first out. 1-1 pitch to him is going to be a ball. 2-1 the count to Renata.
Yeah, and you can tell this Hawaii team, they like to hit on the pull side. 3 of their hits so far have been left center.
2-1 pitch is going to be on the ground. It's going to be the shortstop that fields it, pops it over to the second baseman, but they won't have the double play. The out will go down as a 6-4 at second base, but Renata safe at first with the wheels.
Yeah, that was a great play from the shortstop for All-State. Jaime on the backhand. The off-balance sidearm throw to second for the force out. Just not enough time to get the speeding Renata at first. So he'll reach safely on that fielder's choice. They still keep one runner on, but now there's 2 away.
Chance Rellin, the designated hitter. Sorry, that's the replacement. After Rellin came in, that's Braden Hirabara Yagin batting for Team Hawaii. Two away, runner on first. Will Lewin's Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into a power outlet. We
better get on that. What kind of charger is it?
USB-C, the universal outlet. 2-1 pitch coming down to Braden Hirabara Yagin. Gonna run the count even. It's deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away. Aguila digs into the rubber. After that pitch, missed for a ball. Full count, and that ball is popped foul down the right line. It's 390 to center field here at Matador Stadium. Big ballpark. I think definitely the biggest dimensions for this Filipino World Series. We'll have to compare it to Monarch Stadium, the previous hosts of the editions of the Filipino World Series out in LA Valley College. Runner goes with a lot of hustle, but didn't need to, as it is a walk awarded to Hirabara Yagin. A free 90. We love a hard 90, even when it's unwarranted here in Philippines baseball. A lot of heart from these Filipino-American ball players. 2 on for Team Hawaii, and it'll be back to the top of the order. Ryder Dans, the right fielder.
First and second with 2 outs to the top of the order.
Yeah. After that first pitch ball to Dan's, the catcher, Nepomuceno, is going to go have a word with Aguila on the mound.
Yeah, any 90 bases they get, they run it. That's an organizational philosophy. Hit by pitch, a walk, or an easy pop up. It's going to be a hard 90 from these players.
Dan's is still looking for his hit of the day with a walk in his first at bat. Another ball away from the plate. Xavier Aguila, first time having multiple runners on this game. Sort of in his head right now, Nathan.
Yeah, this is a chance for him to deal with adversity. 2 runners on. He's got 2 away, so let's even shut that final nail.
Seems to have found something up there with that 2-1 pitch in there for the strike. Ryder Dan's definitely a patient batter after that first walk.
Yeah, now it's 3-1. Aguila just needs to remember he has the upper hand. He can pitch comfortable. There's no reason to let this runner on. Attack the zone.
Hirabara Yagin at second, Renata on first.
You can see
Flip
there,
that, Renata on second, Hirabara Yagin at first.
You can see there Aguila is able to find that zone. It's the pitcher's full house. He climbs it back. 3-2.
The full count offering in and out of Aguila's glove. He goes for the ball, but he throws it off his right foot. What a play from the pitcher. Almost had the second out himself. Kind of turned and had the glove behind him over his left shoulder, but the ball just kind of palmed in and out of the glove.
That would have easily been on ESPN if he made that catch. Aguila reacted behind the back. It popped out of his glove. He ran after it. He was actually in front of the runner, Dans, who was speeding down the baseline. He was trying to dive and make a desperation flip, and I think he hit himself, and it rolled even more foul. But thankfully, the runner at third, Renata, stayed put, so it's going to be a bases loaded 2-out situation. But wow, what a play. What an athletic display from the pitcher.
Umpires get Aguila loose, let him throw one for free there just to make sure everything's all right after he took a tumble. But yeah, an athletic play from a position where you don't usually expect athleticism, but here in Philippines baseball, everyone's a utility player, so when Xavier Aguila isn't on the mound, he's out there making defensive plays just like that every day. And he delivers that first pitch to, I think, Colby Sargent.
Yeah, Colby Sargent hit that ground rule double back in the first inning.
Bases loaded for Team Hawaii now after Dan's, the one-hole hitter, made it to first. Hawaii threatening to tie this game as Colby Sargent represents that run, but with 2 outs and a foul ball there, 2-1 count to Sargent. He's 1 for 1 with the double.
Yeah, Sargent definitely wants to continue his offensive output. Chance here to bring Hawaii right back.
Swung on and tipped.
Yeah, you can tell. Got a little eager there. Sargent definitely wants to cash in all of these runs, especially with 2 outs. This is a golden opportunity.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sargent ready for Aguila's offering. The kick and the pitch swung on, and it'll be another foul ball.
This is a fantastic at-bat from Sargent. He's fighting it off, and he's living to see another pitch. Renata on third. Hirabara Yagin at second. And Dan's on first, all waiting to see what Sargent does.
We'll do it again at 2-2. Sargent steps back in. The 2-2 pitch. Good pitch, but not enough for the meantime. The count will run full 3-2.
Definitely a good pitch, but an even better take from Sargent. He is a patient batsman, and he knows what's in his zone, and we'll see if fire meets fire. Aguila is definitely going to want to attack the zone. He does not want to walk right now.
3-2 pitch gets him looking, and Aguila walks off the mound and sends his boys back to the dugout. They've got a 5-1 lead, and we'll take it to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second here at Matador Stadium. The 2026 Filipino World Series off to a great start here in the championship game. It's 5-1. Team All States leads Team Hawaii. Dominic Pinson on the bump after just a very challenging first inning for the starting pitcher for Hawaii, Urias. Pinson comes in relief, hoping to fight the fire and get the fire behind the bats of Team Hawaii. 1-0 pitch to Colby Sargent.
Also, our sincere apologies. That's number 1 Chance Rellin over there at second base. So we had a slight mix up there. Number 1 Chance Rellin at second base.
1-0 pitch finds the lower outside corner of the zone. Counts 1-1 to Colby Sargent, who's 1 for 2 today with a double and a strikeout. Swing and a miss for the 1-2 count. Pinson's really dealing up there, huh, Nathaniel?
Oh, absolutely. Once he came in to put out the fire, he got the out that he needed, that elusive third out this time. And now he's starting off this inning strong with a 1-2 count.
Ball gets away from the catcher, Nichols for Team Hawaii. Excuse me. Counts 1-2. The kick and the pitch from Pinson. Aguia skies this one. Colby's, yeah, that's Aguia. Sorry, we've been saying Colby Sargent this whole time.
Yeah, pop up to the catcher that the catcher missed in foul territory. There was a bit of a run there, but Aguia gets another chance to take a hack at it. Count stays 1-2. He's been fighting off a lot of foul balls. A good at bat from the right-hander.
Aguia's got a 1-2 count in this pitcher-on-pitcher duel to Pinson. 1-2 pitch. Gonna get away. It's actually a walk. We are having some confusion with our counts on both the ScoreCast and the in-stadium scoreboard. So, courtesy runner number 19 is coming in for Aguia for Team All States. Gonna try to give their starting pitcher some rest.
Perhaps that might have been a hit by pitch. The 1-2 count. Either way, Aguia is at first.
Brings up Tolentino. First pitch from Pinson gonna miss. Low and away for ball 1. Pinson's traveled here all the way from Beaufort, South Carolina, that's his place of birth, but he goes to high school in Hawaii at Kailua. His dream university is Vanderbilt. And his favorite Filipino food is also adobo, but he picked pork adobo as his favorite. But that's something him and Xavier Aguila can bond over. A nice plate of adobo and rice. Ball put into play. The right fielder, Dans, is going to camp under it for the first out of this inning for Team Hawaii.
I want to thank everybody for participating in the raffle ticket.
Yeah, when I was living alone for the first time in college, my mom cooked me about a week's worth of adobo, and she said that should keep for a month if you don't eat it. It's great food. Tastes better as it ages.
With the Cincinnati Reds. 0-0-2-8-1.
One away here for Team Hawaii. Runner on first with a sizable lead.
Winning ticket. Thank you, Dylan Hernandez.
Aiden Jaime lined out to the center fielder back in the first inning for the first out.
A 1 offering from Pinson on the way. Runner goes. And Nichols' throw down to second will not be in time or on line. Aguila's pinch runner, number 19, is going to be safe over there on second.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a throw to go off of from the catcher, Nichols, but
Sendana over there on second. Pinson takes a peek over there, makes sure after his pitch is popped fair down the left field line, it's going to be multiple bases for All-States, and another run is tacked on the board. It's 6-1. Team All-States continues their offensive onslaught as they have all Filipino World Series.
Yeah, an RBI double for Aiden Jaime, and that's Xavier Aguila scoring for the 6th run. RBI doubles 1 out. All States mounting their attack even further.
0-0-0-7-2.
First pitch to number 11 gonna be caught by the right fielder, Dans. Getting a lot of action over there this inning. Sends his runner tagged at second over to third.
Yeah, that's an L9 right there. 2 away. And they don't want to waste this runner at second base. Now moved over to third. So it's going to be a sacrifice fly for Sandman. A sacrifice line drive, rather.
Come up and collect your prize.
Oliver Simpson
2 outs. Second baseman
walked in his last at bat and scored the 5th run of the game back in the first.
Aiden Jaime at third, trying to get into the head of Pinson as he fires his 0-1 pitch in there for a ball. To Oliver Simpson, Team All-States second baseman. 1-1 pitch. Good take there from Simpson. 2-1, the count. I know, I'm fixing it. 2-1 pitch from Pinson. Ball's in the dirt. Good stop there by Nichols.
Apologies for the lack of a score bug. Our wonderful executive producer, Will Lewin, is on it.
He'll be on the mic here doing play-by-play. Top of the third onwards, and a walk is awarded to Simpson. Runners on the corners for Team All-States.
Team All-States has just been very patient today.
They're at the corners with 2 outs.
In 2 innings, actually an inning and 2/3, they have reached base 8 times for free.
It's been a tough day so far for Team Hawaii pitching. Pinson trying to change the script on that. First pitch, ball to Del Fiero. Del Fierro puts this one on the ground. Shortstop is going to have a great throw across the diamond, but it pulls the first baseman, Devin's foot off the base, and Del Fierro will be safe after what was a beautiful play and could have been an ending play.
Yeah,
We continue down the line for Team All-States.
the score is now 7-1. Aiden Jaime coming around to score. And Oliver Simpson going from first to second could have been a possibility. The play was a backhanded long throw across the diamond, so you can see why Del Fierro was able to reach first safely. Even if that throw was on line, I think Del Fierro's speed would have made it very close.
Now batting for Team All-States, Aiden Espejo, first baseman. First pitch he sees, he pokes into right field, just out of reach of Dan's. Getting action all inning long there. Another run is going to come around for Team All-States. Make that 2. It's a 2-out, 2 RBI double. Deuces wild for Aiden Espejo off the first pitch of Pinson.
Yeah, 2 RBIs. Simpson comes around to score, and Del Fierro all the way from first. That ball was deep enough, especially with 2 outs running on contact. And what a great piece of hitting. Going the other way off of the end of the bat, but he still hit it square enough. Dan's not able to get there. I don't think anybody would have gotten there, really. It was just a good piece of hitting.
It's a 9-1 ball game after that 2-run double from Espejo. Back to the top of the lineup for Team All-States. The center fielder, Sean Sonoy, comes to plate. He's 1 for 1 today with an RBI and a walk.
Yeah, we come back around to the top of the lineup.
Sonoy puts one, a frozen rope, just out of the reach of the third baseman, Renata. Espejo will trot down to home for the 10th run, and it's the 4th game in a row for Team All-States with 10 or more runs.
They are loving that left field line. 2 of them right now have found their way right down the line, hugging it very tight. And they just swap spots. Espejo in the score. Sonoy takes his place at second.
Make that the 5th game, actually, counting today's semifinal for Team All-States, that they've put 10 runs up on their opponent. Now batting Ethan Nepomuceno, the catcher. 1-0 pitch from Pinson. Checking second base. The kick and the pitch. It's going to be low for another ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, Nepomuceno is 1 for 2 today, but he has reached base twice. 1 with a single and 1 with a fielder's choice, both in the first inning.
The 2-0 pitch gets away from Pinson. Almost hits him, Nathan.
Yeah, a little bit of, it's not really a chin buzzer, more of a thigh buzzer, I guess. Right around the knees.
Pinson's in a 3-0 hole and has to put one in to the zone for the batter there. It's a long foul ball. 3-1 count for Nepomuceno.
Yeah, that was just a frozen rope. He turned on it early, and Pinson can just breathe easy knowing it landed foul. But he squared that one up.
Why didn't I buy any of these things? Oh, Vlad Jr. Oh, that's you, the real one.
Pinson's 3-1 offering.
Oh, that's boy.
That one's going to get him, and he runs a hard 90. Runners on first and second for Team All-States, who are firmly in the driver's seat of this one. Another back-to-back 5-run innings for Team All-States. Coach Chris Murphy definitely having an effect on his team. He's shadowed a lot of these players all year. He coaches on mobile and online. He's probably knows the most Filipino baseball players in the world after only maybe Will Pickett's.
Yeah, I mean, that's an impressive resume that Coach Murph has put, and he should be very proud of this All-States team.
Runners advance off the wild pitch. The throw from Nichols towards second is behind the base runner, so both will advance. That's Sonoy on third,
Three great prizes. Three great
Nepomuceno on second.
While they're hot, get down to the
Xavier
merchandise
Aguilla, the
table
pitcher,
and get
back
your
at the
tickets.
plate. The 1-0 pitch popped just out of reach of the diving Colby Sargent, and good backup on the play from the left fielder Grotto to limit the damage there. Runners on the corners for Team All States. Xavier Aguilla doing it both ways with his arm and his bat.
Yeah, great piece of hitting. That was a soft little line drive, yeah, like you said, just out of the reach of the backhand Colby over there at shortstop. And so
Aguilla putting in the work. This is his second at bat. He was the first batter of the second inning for Team All States. First pitch to the cleanup batter, Raynon Tolentino. Gonna miss for a ball. 1-0 the count.
yeah, and Tolentino is actually the one who made the first out of this inning. And we're still only one out.
Runner goes on contact, and the ball is going back and over the head of the center fielder, Colton. Xavier Aguilla rounds third for the 12th run of this ball game.
I beg your pardon, this has been a 2-out rally. Ever since the line out from Sandman in the right field, they have scored 5 runs.
2 out, 2 RBI double.
6 runs, I believe.
13, 10.
Wait, we're a little bit behind in the scorebook. It's 13.
Now it's been
to
6
1.
runs, a 6-run 2-out rally. How impressive of a display from all states.
Aiden Jaime started this inning off with that 2 RBI double. Up for his second at bat of the bottom of the second. Ball gets away but stays in front of Nichols. Keeps Tolentino over there on second.
They don't even have 13 on the roster.
It looks like this is a pinch hitter, jersey number 13. Unfortunately, there's no name available, so number 13 for all states, batting in place of Aiden Jaime. He gets his first at bat here in the second.
4, 2, 16, 3. Their white jerseys must be different. I gotta find out who this guy is.
The 1-1 pitch from Pinson.
Forfeit.
Gonna miss for ball 2. It's 2-1, 2 away. 13-1 in favor of Team All States.
And their ability to keep scoring.
Ball skied into shallow left field. The shortstop has it, and he'll end the inning and stop the run parade from Team All States. Team Hawaii gonna try to claw their way back from this 12-run deficit when we're back in the third.
Will Lewin and Nathaniel Rosal here in the top of the third inning. It's been Team All-States the entire way here as Henry Harrison is going to step aside for a couple innings here in the championship game of the 2026 Filipino World Series. This is Caden Grotto leading things off here for Team Hawaii. First pitch he sees, swung on and missed.
Top of the third inning. For Team
Hawaii definitely wants to claw back, be aggressive, and try to ambush that first pitch.
This is James Goodlow up on the mound here for Team All-States. As that pitch in the dirt for a ball. Now 1-1 the count here. Nathaniel Rosal finally making his way over to the SoCal area for the Filipino World Series. It's good to have you here, Nate, once again. Third year running now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you couldn't miss this for the world. We've been doing this since 2024, and despite the busy schedule, we flew in this morning, and I'm flying out tomorrow.
Yeah,
just to be here.
We appreciate that. I myself am sheltering back to Sin City. Some work to take over there. So a lot of traveling for us tomorrow. As the 1-2 pitch to Grotto swung on and fouled again. Will remain at 1-2. Now going to this game specifically, Nate, I mean, again, coming into it, I wasn't really holding out a whole lot of hope for this Hawaii team. This All-States team has just been so dominant throughout the entire tournament. And I mean, 5 runs in the first and 8 runs in the second has been the consistent story for Team All-States as Grotto hits that ball like country mile foul.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the game, and you said what All-States figured out. They've always had a good offense, but they figured out their pitching this year.
Yeah, they've also got a lot of guys who have kind of built their way up through the program here. And Chris Murphy, the head coach for Team All-States, always complained that his arms were always his biggest struggle. And I remember last year, after the conclusion of the 2025 Filipino World Series, Chris Murphy talked about, when I come back next year, I'm going to make sure I have the arms. And I mean, here he is in the championship game. All-States have yet to lose a game in this tournament, looking to go undefeated. And I mean, putting up 13 runs in the first 2 innings is certainly an excellent way of going about it. As the pitch from Goodlow just misses outside. It's now a 3-2 count here. Big stretch there from Goodlow on the arms. Here he comes. Swung on, drilled to the right center gap. It'll go down for a base hit. Talentino getting back on it. Sonoy trying to help him out. The runner is going to advance all the way to third base. Here's the throw in time. What a play, All-States. What a relay. As they're able to record the first out of the inning. Caden Grotto has been hot these last 2 games. That will go down as an extra base hit, but he's not able to pick up the triple. That would be his 3rd triple in about 5 at-bats.
Yeah, that's an amazing play. It was a leadoff double, and he couldn't stretch it into that triple because of the amazing relay from Colton to Kobe to Renata. It's All-States, Sonoy Jaime to Del Fiero.
First out recorded as the ball kicks away from the catcher Nepomuceno. As this is now Colton Sargent digging into the batter's box here for Team Hawaii. Need an answer right now. Trailing by 12 early in this one. As that pitch misses inside for a ball.
Yeah, in the scorebooks, it's going to go down as an 8-6-5, the center fielder to the shortstop to the third baseman. Just when you think Team Hawaii is getting something cooking, it's washed away immediately.
Yeah, All-States not only doing it with the bats, but doing it defensively as well, as that pitch is swung on, lifted high and deep to center field. Sonoy chasing back for it. It's going to hop over the wall, hit the scaffolding where our center field camera is, and it'll go down as a ground rule double for Colton Sargent. The bats certainly are alive here for Hawaii, but again, all the momentum belonging to Team All-States for the time being.
Hey, that's the 2nd ground rule double of the night for Team Hawaii. The first one coming back in the first inning from Colby Sargent. So they certainly are making contact. They can drive a ball and do some damage. They just need to be able to string together a few more of those and do it with people on base.
Yeah, the Sargent brothers proving why they belong on this Hawaii team, as Team Midwest is currently gathering in front of the press box for what looks like a team picture. I can see Coach Miles with his black bucket hat. Let's see if we can get in the background of this picture, Nate. You wanna give the camera a little smile and a thumbs up or a wave? What are we thinking here?
Just a nice little cheeky smile.
We'll give him a nice cheeky smile. See, here we go. Wait, no. That ball's put into play. Right field. The right fielder able to hold on to it. Tolentino, the throw over to third will be a bit offline. It may have been in time.
Now Sargent's going to get in there standing. The throw was offline. And a great play from the right fielder Tolentino to secure the out and get the ball in quickly. The runner does move, though, so it's a sacrifice for Caden Nichols.
So Devin Dombergas stepping up to the plate here. 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out his first time up. As, like you said, Nate, Nichols advances the runner over on the fly out. So 2 down here for All States. That pitch ripped over to right field. There's not going to be a play there. Tolentino thought better of it as he was crashing in. And it'll go down as a base hit for Devin Dombergas, his first of the day. And now stepping up is Dominic Pinson. Pinson, the substituted pitcher, taking over for Palani Odius in the first inning after he gave up 5 runs, all of them earned. 6 walks as well. That pitch finds the outside part of the zone for a strike. Not what you want to do against this offensive All-States team. The free base, because they will take advantage of you. And again, that clearly being the case here. That pitch swung on third base line. It'll be foul. Team Hawaii did tack on a run on that fly out. Dombergas with an RBI single. And they cut the lead down to 11. So still a lot of work to do, but a lot of game left as well.
Yeah, it's still early. It's only the third inning. I don't even think we're at the halfway mark.
Oh, yeah, that halfway mark would be, what, after the top half of the 4th inning?
Just around there, yeah.
Right in the mid-inning. 7 innings, high school rules. That pitch swung on and missed by Pinson. He didn't have a chance at that one. The catcher thinking that he needs to tag the runner out. He doesn't because the bag is occupied at first. And that is going to do it here in the top of the 3rd inning. So Team Hawaii able to put up a run on the board. Not completely down and out, but they're still struggling. Down 11 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Back with the action here in the 2026 Filipino World Series Championship game between Team All-States and Team Hawaii. You're watching this game on the Philippines Baseball Group YouTube account. While this is the last game of the tournament, make sure you're subscribed and hitting that bell for notifications, as games are 1 in a dozen here with the Philippines Baseball Group. Teams playing all over not only the country but the world. You never know when a live stream might crop up, so make sure you're subscribed. As this is going to be Brody Santman stepping in to the batter's box here. Santman had an exceptional day earlier on the mound. He's going to find the 3-4 hole for a base hit. Dan's the pitcher in the Hawaii NorCal game. Over and right, drops down to a knee to keep that one in front, and it'll go as a base hit single for Santman.
That's going to be his second time on base today. The last time he was on base, he reached it on a walk. It was an RBI walk back in the first with the bases loaded, and he eventually came around to score the 4th run of the day.
Pickoff attempt over at first base will be unsuccessful. Running back, Santman not having to dive on that one. The lead wasn't big enough. As up comes Oliver Simpson, the starting second baseman. First pitch he sees for a ball. He'll start at a 1-0 count. Another pickoff attempt here. You can see that the pitcher, Pinson, is a little concerned about the runner on first, especially a leadoff runner. There's another pickoff attempt. Back-to-back pickoff attempts from Pinson there.
Thank you for asking, though. Of course.
As this is actually Colby Sargent now pitching for Team Hawaii, number 8.
So he came in at the start of the inning. He was the one who surrendered that single to Brody Santman.
So this is Colby coming in from shortstop, and it does look to be that Pinson is at short. So it seems as though they have just replaced one another out on the field. No, that's Chance Rellin. So Pinson is over at second. Rellin is at short. And the pitcher is Colby Sargent, number 8. His brother, Colton, still in center field. So we adjust our lineup cards. It's a walk issued for Oliver Simpson. He flips his bat over towards the All-States dugout. And now it'll bring up
Second with nobody out. Here's the third baseman,
Ricardo Del Fiero.
Yeah, props to Oliver Simpson. That's going to be his 3rd walk today. He
Yeah.
hasn't had a single at-bat, but in 3 plate appearances, he's reached 3 times. And the first 2 times, he came around to score.
Love that kind of stuff. Going 0 for 0 with 3 at-bats.
And 2 runs scored.
2 runs scored as well. He's definitely chalking up the stat board here, but again, looking to get on base. So number 13, I'm getting an official ruling here. So Jamie is number 13, not number 10, as Coach Chris Murphy fesses up to his mistake there. Said he mistakenly wrote him down as number 10. As that pitch swung on and missed. It's an 0-2 count now on Del Fiero. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Fielder's choice his first time up, and then a single, so he's been able to get on. A runner in scoring position for him. Colby Sargent looking in, getting his pitch. The 0-2 outside and low. First ball of the at-bat issued to Del Fiero.
Yeah, Ricardo Del Fiero. He's also reached base twice today. First on a fielder's choice, second on an infield single. So he's a little scrappy. He's a fast guy, and if he puts it on the ground, that could spell danger.
Colby looking in for his pitch. Here's the 1-2 outside again on Del Fiero. Del Fiero coming from Seattle, Washington, the state, representing Kent Ridge High School. Dream is to go to Pacific Lutheran University after graduating from Kent Ridge. Exciting stuff there. Up in Seattle, some pretty illustrious programs up there as well. As that pitch swung on in between the 3-4 hole, the second baseman, Pinson, not able to get a beat on it. The runner from first is going to try and go to third. Jaron Renata cuts off the throw, isn't able to apply the tag, and it'll be an RBI single for Del Fierro.
Yeah, Sandman comes around from second base to score the 14th run of this All-States offense. Simpson's going to move over the third safely. Good attempt by the right fielder, Tolentino, to try to nab that runner.
And this is certainly not Aiden Espejo. This is actually going to be Thales Sandana stepping up to the plate here for Team All-States, his first at-bat of the day. We'll see whether or not he fills in that first base spot for Espejo. I was kind of shocked to see Espejo over on first base. He's typically an outfielder. As that ball lifted down the line, it'll tail foul. So Sandana going to start 0-1 here. And yeah, Espejo starting over at first, and I can't lie, he was running with a bit of a limp when he had that extra base hit last inning. And I wasn't sure what was going on. I kind of saw it in the corner of my eye, but hopefully Espejo not injured and just being taken out for other duties, possibly pitching to try and close out this game. Espejo, one of the household names for this All-States team. That pitch finds the outside part of the zone on Sandana. It's now an 0-2 count here. Team Hawaii looking for their first out this inning, as a run has already come across. They've got runners on the corners. Big lead from Del Fierro at first.
You know, mentioning that that bit of a limp, it could also just be the fact that we're playing a championship game here in August. A lot of these kids have been playing baseball since January, so a long season coming down to an end.
Yeah, absolutely. A great point there, Nate.
Very taxing.
0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Sandana comes into the game, isn't able to find free real estate, and he'll go down swinging. First out of the inning recorded by Sargent, and we'll go back to the top of the order. Sean Sonoy, the center fielder.
Yeah, Sonoy has 2 doubles today and a walk. He's also scored twice, so he's having himself a great day.
Foul ball there as the fans here at Matador Field are warning those out in the streets or possibly in the vendor market area to watch their heads. So fly ball's incoming. That ball ripped between the 4-6 hole. One run comes in to score. Del Fierro will advance 90 feet. The throw gets away from the second baseman, Pinson. But Del Fierro will be held up there at second.
Yeah, so Simpson comes around the score. First and second with 1 out. And that's a great piece of hitting. Just not trying to do too much with it. Going right back up the middle, out of the reach of the forehand of the shortstop. And they keep this train moving.
It's a 15-2 ball game here in favor of All-States. And man, oh man, have they been the most consistent team in the tournament. You take into consideration their run differential coming into this game, where they scored 64 runs and only gave up 11. Here's another 13 to add to that run differential, and you're looking at a positive, 65, 66 run differential now, adding 13 runs to 53, 66. And again, this is in the span of, we're not even through their 5th game.
In 1 week of play, that is just an absurd amount of offense to be putting up.
And especially here at the Filipino World Series, where we're so used to that scrappy style of gameplay, and it just feels like Team All-States have just this dominant offense where they, just kind of kill any sort of hope of the other team winning. And again, All-States have always been a team that scores a lot of runs in this tournament, as that ball is popped high in the air, is going to barely make its way out as it bounces on top of the first base dugout. We'll do it again at 2-2 here. But yeah, a potent offense this year. And again, it's kind of been the message of, hey, we're going to score a bunch of runs early and really put you down and out of this game. And over the course of the rest of the game, we're still going to score, but just not as many as we started off with. That has been their main mode of attack. And that's why every game that they've played, they haven't played a full 7-inning game yet. And now, up by 13, slowly reaching the 4th inning, they're reaching another mercy run rule here if it is in place. Obviously, championship game here, you're not too sure when enough will be enough. But again, Hawaii fought tooth and nail to come back against Team NorCal in their semifinal game. And there's another ball in between the 3-4 hole. All runners will advance 90 feet. And now the base is juiced here with only one out. As Xavier Aguia will step up to the plate.
Classy move by the third base coach. I feel like Ricardo Del Fierro could have easily come around the score, but he gets held up. And looks like they're just going to be operating station to station from here on out.
Yeah, like you said, it's a really classy move there from head coach Chris Murph. You can find him at iCoachBaseball on Instagram. He's got a huge following teaching kids the game from all around, not only the country, but around the world. Spent a lot of time in the Philippines these last few months leading up to the World Series, where he was fortunate enough to give back to the community at multiple different Filipino regions and counties. Things like batting gloves, fielding gloves, helmets, bats. Using his presence and impact for a good cause. It's good low. That pitch gets by the catcher. Nicole's behind the dish. And again, as we're talking about that classiness from Coach Chris Murphy, he doesn't send the runners home on that pass ball.
So Goodlow is going to come set. Base is still loaded. And now he's going to step off the rubber. Del Fierro on third. Sonoy on second. Nepomuceno on first. The pitch is in there for a strike. 3-1. Just laid it down. Looked like Aguia was just going to be taken all the way. Excuse me. That's Goodlow. He's batting in place of Aguia. He's getting his first at-bat here in the third. Number 16. And he's going to take his free base. So Goodlow with an RBI walk makes it 16-2. So he gets his first at-bat, number 16. There's a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
With one out, right fielder Brandon Tolentino.
And we welcome back Will Lewin.
Yeah, had to fix one of the looks, our center field camera. Shout out Mr. Rosal on that call, as his broadcasting expertise comes in clutch. And the lights are on here at CSUN. The sun has officially set here in the San Fernando Valley. Beautiful purple and pink skies here surrounding us. As Tolentino swings and misses at that one. 1 for 2 on the day. He's walked, flied out. He's got that extra base hit his last time up. And really trying to hone into that success here. Try to replicate it with bases loaded. He's got a 1-1 count here. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled. It'll be a 1-2 count now. So it's 16-2 ball game here for Team All-States. And I don't think this is what anyone had on the books for the championship game, say the banquet, back on Monday. As that pitch way up high. An awkward catch there from Nichols, but he reels it in.
I know that was one of those catches where you just stab your arm at it, and you can tell he was so high up, he wasn't able to brace for it, and the velocity just yanks him back. Great catch.
Yeah, one of those pitches where, you're scared to like dislocate your shoulder. Stuff like that kind of jerked it out quickly. Off-speed pitch turned on by Tolentino. He finds open ground. Chris Murphy's just pointing towards home plate. He's not doing anything extra. Hands behind the back. The throw to home is nowhere near where it needs to go. And 2 more runs come in for Team All-States. 18-2 ball game. And, to say that I'm surprised would be a bit of an overstatement here. They find themselves with a 16-run lead on 12 hits. 13 now after that Tolentino RBI single, 2 RBI single. And now this is Aiden Jamie. First pitch he sees right back up the middle for a base hit. Chris Murphy telling his runners to stay put, and now the bases are loaded yet again with 1 out. And again, it's just Colby Sargent out there. Feels like he's all alone on an island. Can't quite find it here.
That is quite what the pitcher's mound symbolizes. Just a dirt mound and a sea of grass, and you are really all by yourself out there.
True, and the last thing you want is to feel like you're the only one out on the field. As again, it's just base hit after base hit. This is now Brody Santman. So I believe we've hit through the order here. This inning, as that ball is going to skip away from the catcher Nichols. No one advances.
And Brody Santman led off the third with a single, and he ended up scoring the 14th run of this game. I guess you could say the pitcher Sargent's just alone on a Hawaiian island.
Yeah, I'm looking at your scorebook here, Nate, and every box is filled for Team All-States because they've just been hitting through the order like that. As that ball is just going to get over the glove of Jaron Renata. 1 run comes in. Here comes the runner from second. The runner from first will be held up at third, and it'll be a 2 RBI double for Brody Santman. Here comes Adam Yamashita stepping out to have a word with his pitcher after Team All-States have now scored their 20th run in 3 innings. Talk about making a statement in the championship game. All-States now with an 18-run lead here. At this point in the game, if my math is correct, and this is obviously talking about the extreme here, if my math is correct, I believe we're 17 runs away from the mercy rule this inning. We've got 7 already. So they would need to finish with 24 runs in a single inning to what I would believe is end the game this inning. And then you're just kind of working your way down from there. So you start with 35 here in the third, then 30 25 in the fourth, and then it jumps down to 15 in the fifth, which everyone is very familiar with, and then it drops down to 10 in the sixth, and then 5 in the seventh. That's how the mercy run rule works in high school. That pitch swung on and missed.
Looks like a pinch hitter, jersey number 3, Leo Monteverde. He's getting his first at-bat here in the third.
And might as well. Nothing to lose here for Team All-States. That pitch low and in the dirt for a ball. It'll be 1-1 now. So he comes in for Simpson, who potentially finished his day We talked about him 0 for 0 with 3 walks and came around all 3 times. Whole lot of just standing in the batter's box doing nothing. Sargent comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Some awkward action there in the batter's box from Montegrande as he kind of ducks out of the way of that one.
You know, we have 7 runs this inning and still only 1 out with 2 runners in scoring position.
Del Fierro in the on-deck circle. And, I mean, you obviously feel for Team Hawaii. They've worked so hard to be here as that ball poked towards the shortstop. He's going to touch second base thinking that there's a runner on first when there wasn't. And Montegrande is going to reach safely on a fielder's choice for a runner that wasn't there.
That's what happens when you snowball into this. That is just a pure mental error. And, you know, that can happen when you're standing out there and having to watch 21 runs come aboard. You know, there's going to be a little bit of a mental fatigue in a game like this.
So that was Rellin, the shortstop, who, again, corralled it beautifully. And instead of throwing it over to first to record the second out of the inning, he was trying to turn the double play, but there was no one on first. Situationally wasn't aware on that one. And it'll be Del Fierro starting off his at-bat with a 1-0 count. That pitch swung on, lifted high in the air. Left and center fielder communicating. It'll be the center fielder Colton Sargent to make the grab for his brother Colby. The runner does come in to score. Montegrande will stay at first. And it is now a 20-run ball game here in the third. If you thought 8 runs was a lot in the second, well, here's Allstate's in the third, scoring 9. Seems like they took that second run that Team Hawaii scored to heart and have just completely blown it open here in the third inning.
I mean, every position in this lineup, 1 through 9, has touched home plate. I'm not going to say every player because of substitutions, but every spot in the lineup has come around to score.
And speaking of substitutions, Sandana, one of those this inning. This is now his second at-bat of the inning after coming in as a sub for Aiden Espejo. That pitch swung on and missed. A piece of something came off of his bat or his helmet. Not sure what that was. Jaden Renata. Oh, it looked like part of his chain actually came off. But Sandana isn't too bothered about it. He's more worried about the at-bat here. The 1-1 pitch outside for a ball, now 2-1.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes. Some jewelry malfunctions. First thing that come to mind is Jock Peterson and his pearls getting messed up in the playoffs.
Especially on a big hack like that one. I mean, really putting his all into it. As that pitch is swung on, lifted into the right center gap, it'll get down for a base hit. Montegrande goes over to second, and it'll be a base hit single for Sandana. As we're going to go back to the top of the lineup yet again here with Sean Sonoy. 2 outs recorded this inning.
Sean Sonoy has a double, a walk, a double, a single, 3 runs scored, all within 3 innings. All in less than 3 innings. A very productive top of the lineup for Team Allstates.
Yeah, and we saw that production in the first inning where they got 5 across to start off this game. And again, it's just been nonstop attack from this Allstates team. As that pitch fouled right back, evens the count. A runner in scoring position here for Sonoy. He's 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a single, and a walk. He's brought 3 runners in. He's also come across 3 times. I mean, like you said, Nate, this has really just been the epitome of this Allstates lineup. That pitch high for a ball. Now 2-1 the count. We are slowly reaching the 2-hour mark, and we haven't even reached the 4th inning yet. Here's Sargent's 2-1 pitch inside, ball 3. And, I mean, again, obviously it's a good thing that the weather has really died down here. It's now a calmer and more doable 89 degrees as that pitch is swung on and fouled back. We were once upon a time in 106-degree weather earlier today, and that was really taking its toll on the players for especially that Southern California team that took on All States in their semifinal game. As that pitch, other side of the field, it'll get down for a base hit. Monte Grande is coming around third base. He will score. The runner from first advances all the way to third, and it'll be an RBI single for Sean Sonoy, his 4th RBI of the day, and his 4th hit of the day as well, in 4 at-bats. My, oh my.
This is just a train that won't stop. What did John Mayer say? I want to get off this train. 23 runs in this endless display from All States.
Yeah, 10 runs in a single inning. That pitch swung on down the third base line, foul. And I mean, again, we obviously talked about the chivalry and nobility of head coach Chris Murphy to kind of hold his runners at third base from time to time. But again, the All-State bats are just way too hot as that pitch is swung on, lifted high and deep to left center field. The center fielder's got no idea where it is. It's going to one-hop the wall to left center field. Next to the Hamer Toyota logo, 2 runs are coming in to score. It's an RBI double, 2 RBI double for Ethan Nepomuceno. My, oh my, 12 runs in 1 inning. When is enough enough? Here's a courtesy runner stepping out for Team All-States as Nepomuceno comes in to the dugout. He'll want to put the pads on. So number 15 coming in for Team All-States. That's Aguia. And now this is Goodlow stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, Goodlow had his first at-bat back in the 2nd.
So Aguia, the starting pitcher, now finds himself at second base. And now his relief pitcher is up to bat. So pitcher trying to drive in pitcher as that one goes behind the back of Goodlow. It's a 1-1 count. And again, for other people at home wondering, well, why doesn't the coach come out and substitute the pitcher or have a conversation with his players or something like that? In a game like this where the bats are just this hot, there's nothing you can do. All States putting it to Team Hawaii. So that pitch off speed is going to trickle away from the catcher. Aguia, the runner, wasn't too sure whether or not he should advance to third base or not. Again, it really is a remorseful feeling towards this Hawaiian team as they're looking to record the 3rd and final out of the inning.
That ground ball to third. They finally find an out across the diamond.
So All States put up 12 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is a 25-2 ball game as we head to the top of the 4th inning of the 2026 Filipino World Series championship game.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2026 Filipino World Series here at CSUN. It is a stunning night as Team Hawaii steps up to plate. Harin Ranada is going to take his second plate appearance of the day. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. Nathaniel Thomas here on the call alongside Will Lewin here in this championship game.
Yeah, Nate, it's just brutal out here for Team Hawaii. Giving up 12 runs in the bottom of the third inning, looking for some sort of answer as they're now facing a 23-run deficit.
And, if you might think it might be a little unsportsmanlike to keep tacking on those runs, it wasn't a bad idea. As you said, if you're able to reach the mercy rule, you can end this inning a little earlier. That one's going to miss. But what's amazing about the All-States is they have 89 runs scored versus 11 runs allowed. That is just an out of this world ratio. And who can believe the absurgence of this All-States team? But they do surrender a leadoff walk. Harin Renata is going to take his free base as number one, Chance Relin.
Yeah, our honorary statistician, Henry, coming in with that stat, 89 runs scored. Unfortunately, it's not 11 runs allowed because they've allowed 2 runs in this, so it's 13 runs allowed from Team All-States. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but their run differential is, in fact, 76 at the moment. Just want to clear the air.
89 to 11 was before the start of this game. Thank you for that clarification.
No, 89 to 11 is now with their 25 runs, but not including before this game, it was 64.
So as of this moment, it's 89 to 13.
89-13, yep. Big
Runs
statistician guy over here. I don't like to be wrong.
That's why they gave you the executive producer role, Will Lewin, ever accomplished with his many endeavors.
I am so tired. I say it as I see it.
Well, the good thing about being in the broadcast booth, no matter who wins and loses on the field, we're always winning up here.
Yeah. We are 2 hours into this game and haven't recorded an out in the 4th inning. I feel very blessed to be up here in the press box.
That one is skied high. That's going to stay in, right behind home plate. And it looked like the catcher, Nepomuceno, just got a little negligent with it. He was facing center field. You know that on a ball hit straight up the elevator shaft as a catcher, you have to turn around because of the spin of the ball as it comes down. It's going to slice towards you. That is the exact reason why you don't catch a pop-up facing center field, because the slice of the ball is going away from you, and you're not going to be able to make that grab. So an easy out is denied there. Chance Relin stays alive. He's got a runner on first. Nobody out. And let's see if he can make the most of this opportunity. That's a rare error from All-States. Not exact. I mean, that's a pending error at the moment. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. It was high and in. And Relin got a little greedy with it.
Yeah, swinging out of his shoes there.
Yeah.
Trying to get on the base paths for Team Hawaii, as, again, every player is desperate to try and get the job done. Everyone, if they all do their small portion of work here, they might be able to come back into this game. Again, down 23 is an interesting one. Now, keep in mind that this still isn't the biggest lead that we've seen in the Filipino World Series. We saw Team Canada take down Team Mid-Atlantic 32-4. So there is a 28-run lead that exists out there as the ball skips away for ball 4.
So back-to-back walks. Interesting way to start off the top of the 4th. It's Renata at second, Relin on first, and now the top of the order, Ryder Dans, who has reached base twice safely today. He had a walk in the first and scored the first run of the game, and he had a single back in the second. So here he is, his third plate appearance. The left-handed batsman steps in the box, and he looks at a ball outside. I beg your pardon. This is a pinch hitter, number 10, Urias. He gets his first at bat here in the fourth. And he's going to slice it the other way, but caught on a line drive by Renata, who takes it himself to second base for the unassisted double play. Wow.
Yeah, nothing that Renata could have done there. He knew that he was going to be caught out on the base pass, didn't even make the attempt to go back to second base. Instead, just casually jogs back to the dugout, past the third base goes Adam Yamashita, and it's a double play for Team All-States. Again, while the bats have been hot, the defense for Team All-States has been there as well for him, as they're 2 away here in the top of the fourth inning. First pitch strike to the new hitter Sargent. He'll start 0-1.
Colby Sargent here in the fourth inning. He had a ground rule double in the first, and he struck out looking in the second. You know, that play with Renata at second almost reminds you of Arias when you tried to get around the catcher recently this past week. He just gave up and turned around and started going towards the dugout. Not much you can do.
I can't lie. The Filipino World Series has been taking up a lot of my time this week. So to say that I know the clip that you're talking about would be a lie. But I can't imagine a guy like Arias trying to get around a tag like that. That ball's popped up.
Yeah, a little flare foul.
He just got traded, didn't he not?
Yeah, he's with the Phillies now.
The Phillies, okay. Because you're obviously, are you a big Giants fan coming from the Bay Area?
I'm born and raised. My dad grew up in Vallejo, and my Giants fandom is hereditary.
I've always liked the Giants. Beautiful ballpark, that's for sure.
Ground ball up the middle. Who's going to get it? It's Jaime. The slinging sidearm throw to first, and they got him! Despite the head-first slide from Sargent, that's going to end the inning as we head to the bottom of the fourth. And welcome back to the 2026 Filipino World Series. It's the bottom of the fourth inning. Nathaniel Thomas on the call here alongside Will Lewin. Henry Harrison was with us earlier.
Boo.
And Will, how's the spirits going right now?
The spirits are high now that Henry's gone. No, I'm kidding, Henry. I love you.
Fortunately, you're stuck with me.
No, we love it. Again, Nate, I was, just shaking in anticipation for when you were going to be making your way down here. I saw your name down for for today, Saturday, and again, we knew we had to organize something like this and get it all together for us. But, yeah, I mean, again, it's just been, especially today, been a long day. It's been an exciting tournament, but for this to be the way that it ends, again, props to Allstate for just putting it all out on the line and, doing what they've done all week. But it very much is, as broadcasters, especially in a championship environment, you're always wanting those highly exciting, highly anticipated games to meet those expectations. And we just haven't really gone that. The runs have been there, but it's been all for one team. As again, Allstate's got this 25-2 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
It looks like that's going to be Colton Sargent now on the mound, number 17. So he's going to start the fourth. Colton, Tyn, also with a K. Very unique spelling. He misses outside. So Colton Sargent, which is the older of the two brothers?
I'll go out on a whim and say Colton. I'm not entirely sure.
That one's in the air, right side of the field, foul territory, and into the glove of the first baseman, Devin. And one away for Team All-States. Hawaii securing the first out defensively. It's going to go down as a P3. But yeah, Will, you're talking about coming down here. You know, I had to fly in from Northern California. Will Lewin just graduated UNLV this year, and so, you know, we have no idea where in the world, literally, he can end up. But what we can guarantee you is we'll be back here. It's a tradition. That one is up the elevator shaft and down. It's the pitcher feeling his territory and making the leap. What a grab. He's hyped. Hey, it doesn't matter the score. You make a good play, you deserve to feel yourself. That was a fantastic attempt. He was all by himself out there and recovered it for a stellar out number 2 here in the bottom of the fourth.
Colton Sargent, I love you, kid. Dives out for that one. I mean, what was essentially a routine pop fly kind of takes him backwards as it's coming in and out of the lights. He dives in order to make the grab, and like you said, Nate, just pumped up, looking around at his teammates to, you know, kind of match his energy, and they are just not giving it to him.
Hey, it doesn't matter. That's how you play the game. I mean that sincerely. You have the ball's hit to you. You give it your all. You get hyped. Doesn't matter the situation. He's playing the game right. So props to Colton Sargent on his web gem as a pitcher. Now he's going to pitch to the 6th slot, Brody Sandman. Sandman has scored 3 times today. He has a walk, an RBI, a single, and a double. He had 3 RBIs on the day.
Yeah, pitchers are athletes too.
Yeah, we've seen some great athletic plays from both pitchers.
Yeah. A lot of even in this tournament, a lot of comebackers. Pitchers flashing the leather. And again, it is truly what you love to see out of them. But again, in a game like this, it is very much a small victory in a larger game.
Now that one's going to be skied the center field, and that's going to be caught for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Team Hawaii as we head to the top of the 5th. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2026 Filipino World Series. We're here in the top of the 5th inning. The green jerseyed Hawaiians are going to take their plate appearances. We have a new pitcher on the mound. That's going to be jersey number 21, Tolentino, for Team All States, donning the white jerseys. It's going to be a third pitcher of the day for All States.
The new hitter will be supposed to be Caden Grotto. That doesn't look to be the case. It'll be Bryson Kai Falogna stepping up to the plate here for Team Hawaii. In the break, we were trying to decipher who the third and fourth place teams were between NorCal and SoCal. Obviously, the much heated rivalry there between opposite ends of the state. And because they've allowed the same amount of runs, and because they essentially both got mercy today, it genuinely goes down to a coin flip for the tiebreaker. So we are in the process of letting the commissioner, as it was, Bill Pickett's, know that they are in as dead of a tie as it is. And he texted me yesterday while I was trying to figure out who was placing in which sides of the semifinals. And we found out that once you go through the head-to-head, and then you go through the runs allowed, and then you go through the run differential stuff, you then just rely on a coin toss. And so that's what we might be getting here. I'm not sure if we go head-to-head between SoCal and NorCal, as that ball is ripped right up the middle for a base hit. That's number 17 for Team Hawaii.
Yeah, it's
rounding the
Sargent.
base there. Yeah, Colton Sargent. So the pitcher coming in is able to get a base hit single.
And Bryson moves over to second base.
So they're saying that all states would finish first if the result holds. Hawaii would be second, SoCal would be third, and NorCal is fourth. Is that right? So SoCal on top again? Sorry about that.
So Braden Hirabara Yagin is going to pinch hit. He gets his first at-bat here in the fifth. He's in the fifth spot.
Yeah, batting for Caden Nichols here, the catcher. That ball is swung on and fouled. You can see the dust coming off the net on that one. Braden was the honorary runner for Team Hawaii in their semifinal game against NorCal, and it took us a few innings to try and figure out exactly who he was, as he kept coming out to be the courtesy runner for both the pitchers and catchers of Team Hawaii, as that pitch
was inside. So it's going to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Tolentino is going to come set. Here it is. That one is up and in. And it's going to be 2-1. So good hitters count for the fifth spot. Well, pinch hitter in the fifth slot. He's got a runner on first and second. Nobody out. Perhaps this is setting the stage for that Hawaii comeback.
Yeah, Kai Folianga over on second. And then Sargent over on first. It'll hit the batter. And he will take his free base as the catcher, Nepomuceno, is going to step out there and have a word with his pitcher, Tolentino. The base is now loaded here. No outs. And again, it may be a very, very quiet knock, but a knock nonetheless on the door for Team Hawaii, as it'll be Devin Dombriguez stepping up to the plate here for Team Hawaii. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out earlier in this game.
Yeah, looking in the second. Now he's going to turn on that first pitch. Down and back at the wall and at the warning track. Grotto's going to make the grab. That's deep enough for a sacrifice fly. And boy, off the bat of Dombriguez, you really thought that might have had a chance, but great fielding there. Certainly deep enough to knock in a run. It's a sacrifice RBI fly.
Yeah, turns on one there, and Sandman, the left fielder, able to keep that one in the lights and see it all the way into his glove, as this is now Dominic Pinson stepping up to the plate here for Team Hawaii. First pitch, swung on, lifted the same way as Dombriguez. Down the line, it'll go foul. That was Sandman giving chase on it, as it rolls back into fair territory for him to chuck it into the Hawaii dugout there. And it'll be an 0-1 count here on Pinson.
Yeah, Pinson 1 for 2 as well with a strikeout. Now he's going to line a line drive into center field. It's a base hit. The runner on second is racing around third. He's going to make it standing up, and it's an RBI single for Dominic Pinson.
So Team Hawaii getting on the board. Samuel Silva here in the broadcaster's booth loves to see that as the Hawaiian team cuts the lead down to 21. This is a baseball game after all. It might as well be 42. A familiar Chris Paul comes to mind.
Here's Aaron Renata. Reached base twice, fielder's choice, and a walk. Now he's going to flare that foul.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot here for Jaron Renata. He's got a runner in scoring position, another runner 90 feet away from there at first. As again, the pitcher, Tolentino, is really trying to hone it in here. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch way inside. Renata able to duck out of the way of that one, as it'll even up the count at 1-1.
Yeah, a little bit of a chin buzzer. Runners on first and second, one away, and Hawaii showing signs of life. They've scored in 3 frames so far, and that one's going to get past the catcher. Both runners are going to advance to scoring position now, second and third.
So a good spot here for Renata to keep on attacking, as Bill Pickett's the commissioner, make sure that he's got the right microphone to take down to the field. He does. That's huge, as this tournament is almost to a close here. We're creeping up on the 2.5-hour mark.
There's a swing and miss.
Renata, swings and misses at that one. Dylan Adams waving at someone in the stands beside me. Who are you waving at? The people on the cart.
There's the pitch, and strike 3 called on the outside corner. Tolentino caught Renata looking, and there's out number 2 here in the top of the 5th.
One of the raffle items is the Ford Motor scooter that is always making its appearance for the Filipino World Series. Probably the most highly anticipated raffle ticket item. As Samuel Silva is showing me his ticket for said scooter, he's pumped up about it. He's also pumped up about this Hawaii team scoring some runs this inning.
I mean, scoring some runs, that's all States has been doing. 16-0 versus Los Angeles, 16-2 versus Hawaii, 21-9 versus Midwest, and then 11-0 in the semifinal versus SoCal. And 25 runs so far here in this final. We'll see what they end up putting up in the final frames, but that is just as dominant and impressive as it gets. Team All-States has really been the success story of this tournament. You know, it wouldn't be so far-fetched to say that Coach Murph, if they were to award one, he could be the manager of the year if they were to start introducing an award like that, because, you know, they weren't in this position last year. And that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, and again, to think that the most amount of runs that they're going to score in a game would be the championship game was probably not on anyone's bingo cards for this year's World Series, but, you know, that's what they've done here.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to Henry Harrison for the keen insights. Even if he's off the mic, he's still great contribution to this broadcast. Now there's a little flare into the glove of the first baseman. What a grab. And that's going to end the Hawaii threat. And it looks like that's going to do it. Team All-States comes through to win the 2026 Filipino World Series.
What a tournament run for Team All-States, as they will be the ones hoisting this year's 2026 Filipino World Series Championship Trophy. Hats off to the team in white for coming in and doing a phenomenal job across the board, as All-States mercy run rules Team Hawaii in 5 innings, 25-4. And it's the first time that a California team doesn't win the 2026 Filipino World Series, as head coach Chris Murphy has the Gatorade bucket dumped on him in celebration. A fantastic job from Team All-States, and you tip your cap to Team Hawaii for Again, putting their best foot forward in the championship game. They had a phenomenal showing against Northern California before this in the semifinal game, but it was all states from start to finish. 5 runs in the first, 8 in the second, 12 in the third. The fourth was the only inning that they didn't score, and the All-States team will go down as the first Filipino World Series team in history to not play an entire game of baseball throughout the entire tournament. All mercy rules from Allstate as they dominate their way to the championship trophy here in 2026.
And there's so many players on this team that deserve recognition. You know, first player that really come to mind was Xavier Aguilla, the starting pitcher for Team All States versus Hawaii, and he was able to limit them to just 1 run in 2 complete innings, and that really set the tone. And he set the tone for the rest of the pitching staff to keep that run allowed low. And here is the presentation now.
There they go, hoisting it up. It's Team All-States, your 2026 Filipino World Series champions. The World Series replica trophy as they're going to sit in front of all the cameras here at CSUN and Matador Field. A quick picture with all the guys and head coach Chris Murphy. It's going to be a very interesting conversation to be had there with Coach Murph to see what he's got to say about his team. I just can imagine how humble his responses are going to be to the questions that he will be asked from the coaches of this year's Filipino World Series. We'll step aside for now as pictures are being taken for the awards ceremonies when we come back.
All right, and I forgot to mention, how about a big round of applause for Hawaii? They competed all the way through the tournament. Great job, guys. Yeah, you need to raise your hand and say, good job. Before we get to all the awards, we got all tournament teams, we've got MVPs, we've got the winners of our skills competitions, got some prizes today. But before I do that, and I wasn't planning on talking about this, but we have a surprise guest tonight. And so I'm going to tell you the story about how this all started, this Filipino World Series. It wasn't me. So most of you, or some of you know, one of our coaches that actually lives in the Philippines, Vince Sigisi. Vince, where are you at? A big round of applause for Vince. He's back here. I gotta be honest, he was in the Philippines yesterday and just decided to show up and didn't tell us. And so he came here. So anyway, the story goes, 4 years ago, we were doing an ID camp up in Northern California, and it was me, Coach Himes, and Vince. We were all sleeping in the same hotel room, and for whatever reason, Vince was on the floor. All the years I've been married to my wife, the Filipinos love sleeping on the floor for some reason. That's what I've noticed. But Vince was on the floor, and about 5 in the morning, he popped up out of nowhere and basically screamed, "I got a great idea." And that's how this came up. He thought we should do a Filipino World Series, like the area code games, and we've been doing it ever since. So I do not want to take credit for this idea. It was this gentleman right here that absolutely phenomenal job. You want to say something? Yeah.
Bill, all the credit really goes to the Pickets. Yes, it was my idea, but I was only here for the first one. And then I made a decision to move to the Philippines and try to elevate and grow the game of baseball there. And from looking from afar, it's amazing what Will, Bill, Keaton, the outstanding coaches have done with getting the Filipino players their own places to showcase their talent. And I guarantee you, people in the Philippines knows what's going on here, and that's the credit for the Pickets. Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. We're going to announce the winner of that after we do all this. I'm going to make you guys wait on that one. So I'm going to turn this over to Will, my son Will. He's going to talk about all the winners, and we're going to hand out the rings. Well, we can probably do that first. Yeah, let's do the rings.
Bill Pickett's the official director of the Philippines Baseball Organization, giving out all the awards here. He turns it over to his son, Will. We await the MVP award. Sean Sonoy, your 2026 Filipino MVP award winner. And man, oh man, is it deserved from the representative of all states. Sonoy hit a 786 on the tournament, had a 1.214 slugging in 14 at-bats. He had 11 hits, came across the score 10 times. He had 6 doubles and 10 RBIs. Hats off to Sean Sonoy, your 2026 most valuable Filipino World Series baseball player. And now we've got the Cy Young Award for the most valuable pitcher. And that will go to the Sandman. He had a phenomenal day today earlier. Up on the bump, Sandman pitched in 2 games, 6 innings pitched, only gave up 4 hits, no runs. He only gave up 2 walks, had 6 strikeouts. That was more than anyone else on his All-States team. The 2026 most valuable pitcher is Brody Sandman. And here is the most coveted Lad Panis MVP award. And here it is being presented to Sean Sonoy. Sean Sonoy going back home with some silverware, not just the ring for winning the Filipino World Series, but the Lad Panis MVP award for the 2026 World Series. A great showing from him and a great showing from the rest of the All-States team, as now we will hand out the rest of the awards here. These will just be certificates handed to the best players. I'll let Will Pickett's take over.
Next second team all term is going to Jonah Javier. Next one is next second team all tournament is going to Dominic Pinson. Next team, second team all tournament is going to Gabriel Marielis. Next second team all tournament is going to Jensen Martinez. Next second team all tournament is going to Jaden Shaw. All right, now we're on to our first team all tournament. Colton Sargent. Next one is Alex Sikale. Next one is going to be Caden Grotto. Next one is Aiden Jaime. Next first team is Ellis Chua. Next first team is Xavier Aguila. Next first team is going to be Oliver Simpson. Next first team is Colton Campagna. This is already the MVP, but next first team, Sean Sonoy. Next first team is going to be Amado Varai Santos. Next first team is going to be Caden Nichols. Next first team is going to be Jonah Javier. Next first team is going to be Ethan Nepomuceno. Next first team is going to be Reggie Fong. Okay, so that's gonna kind of wrap it up on all the first team. All the first team guys, we need to take some pictures. We still have a few raffles to give away, including our Honda little e-bike or e-scooter here. Oh, that's the last one. That's our last raffle we got. So we got one more big raffle coming up. Then it'll be picture time, and then we'll get everyone out of here. Everyone, drive safely, fly safely, get home.
If you can. You actually bought something?
Yeah.
How much is that size?
$8. They didn't offer us that size though. Right?
Where's your $9?
Really?
Yeah, you should have bought a big one.
I didn't even know they had another size.
Maybe there's now. No, I'll get it right now. Oh, that's. Oh, and that's what I can. Just get potato.
Okay, our last raffle. We're giving away the Honda electric scooter. It's pretty awesome, by the way. We were driving it around. No, hopefully it didn't get dented while we were doing that. The raffle ticket is 00818. It's Nita Kiramang. Kiramang, is that right?
So the final ticket raffle item auctioned off there, the scooter, goes to that young man there representing Team SoCal. Samuel Silva here in the broadcaster's booth. Can't believe it. He wanted that scooter desperately. We heard the first team and second team honors being given out there. Some memorable names with memorable moments from the tournament. Second team included players like Peyton Chung, the first ever female athlete to participate in a Filipino World Series. Ronan Turner, he had some highlights in the tournament. And again, the first team, as you can imagine, a lot of All-States players called up there. But also some household names. Reggie Fong, he's made his name heard a couple of times in the Filipino World Series. Definitely made an impact this year, but it will be a close on this year's Filipino World Series. 2026 in the books, and it's on to 2027. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my production crew, Samuel Silva, Henry Harrison, Star Acosta, Crystal Gomez, Violet Gallegos, and James Santizo. Nathaniel Rosal as well, rounding out the production crew for 2026. It was an exciting tournament, a week chocked filled with action, but it was Team All-States who wouldn't let their foot off the gas, winning all 5 games, something I haven't seen before in a Filipino World Series. And again, winning all 5 of those games by double digits, not completing a game in its entirety, going the full 7 innings, mercying every team they played, including Team Hawaii, here in the championship game. 25-4, your final score to close out the tournament. This has been Will Lewin, broadcasting for the Philippines Baseball Group. Thanks for tuning in and joining along this exciting week. Make sure you're subscribed and hitting that bell for notifications. You never know when the next live stream will come about. And make sure you're constantly looking at our website, philippines-baseball.org. All the stats for all the athletes will be held there throughout the year, as we'll be set to make some new friends, meet some new faces in the 2027 Filipino World Series. For now, Will Lewin signing off, saying mabuhay, good night, and we will catch you in the next one.